Rome conquered the known world. Its legions crushed kingdoms. Its banners flew from deserts to frozen forests. Its enemies trembled at the sound of marching boots. Yet Rome did not fall to a foreign army. It fell to something far closer, something quieter, something sitting comfortably inside its own walls. Rome's most dangerous enemy was not outside its borders. It was Rome itself. This is the hidden story of how the greatest empire in history began losing the war long before its enemies arrived. For centuries, Rome believed in one unshakable truth, that it was invincible. Roman citizens grew up hearing stories of endless victories. Generals returned home wrapped in glory. The empire expanded so far that maps struggled to contain it. Rome no longer feared invasion. Barbarians were seen as noise at the edges of civilization. Threats were dismissed before they were understood. But power has a strange effect. When external danger disappears, the human mind searches for enemies elsewhere, and Rome found them inside itself. Behind the marble columns of the Senate, a different kind of war was unfolding. No swords, no shields, only whispers. Power was no longer earned by service, it was traded, bought, stolen. Senators no longer asked, "What is best for Rome?" They asked, "What is best for me?" Political offices were purchased with bribes. Laws were written not for justice, but for advantage. Public duty became a performance. Every speech hid a motive, every smile masked a knife. Rome still looked strong from the outside, but inside, loyalty was dissolving. An empire cannot survive when those sworn to protect it are secretly feeding on it. As corruption spread, trust vanished. Generals feared senators. Senators feared generals. Emperors feared everyone. So Rome did what empires often do when fear takes over. It centralized power. Emperors became paranoid, surrounded by guards, informants, and spies. Friends became suspects. Advice became treason. One accusation was enough to end a career or a life. Talented leaders were removed not for failure, but for being seen as threats. Rome wasn't being attacked from outside. It was eating its own defenses. The empire began to bleed competence. While elites fought each other, the Roman people were distracted. Free grain, endless games, grand spectacles. Entertainment replaced engagement. Citizens stopped asking questions, stopped holding leaders accountable, stopped caring who ruled as long as comfort continued. Rome had perfected control without chains, and when people surrender responsibility, they also surrender power. By the time the public noticed the cracks, the foundation was already gone. So when enemies finally arrived at Rome's borders, the empire was exhausted. Not from battle, but from itself. There was no unity, no shared purpose, no trust left to rally. Rome had already lost the war internally. The invasions were not the cause of the fall. They were merely the final knock on a door that had been rotting for generations. Rome's greatest enemy was not a barbarian army. It was corruption disguised as politics, comfort disguised as peace, power disguised as leadership. Empires do not collapse when enemies grow strong. They collapse when leaders forget why they exist. Rome did not fall suddenly. It fell slowly, quietly from the inside out. And the most dangerous part? Every empire believes this story is about someone else, until it isn't. History doesn't repeat itself, but it always watches to see who is listening.